Happy Homebrew Wednesday, everybody. Dean's List coming at you. I don't do enough of these lately, and I thought about it, and I was like, I am not doing anything right now other than, various lists that my wife gives me while I'm in my retirement vacation here. So figured, what the hell, man, I could be doing some Homebrew Wednesdays. So before we get started, first of all, want to just send a quick shout out to Strat. We lost one in our community. Guy was very involved in the community. He's very pervasive. I'm sure everyone knows that Strat. You put a video out there that you put some work into. Usually Strat would comment on it. And he was an interesting character. He lived out in the woods up in, I guess, in Canada. Very proud of his orchard, and he loved brewing on his grandfather. But anyway, we lost him. Didn't even realize he was ill. So I don't know if it was something sudden or whatever. But you'll be missed. So I'll attribute this video to Strat, as many of you have already done. So that said, I'm gonna crack this beer that at my retirement party. I got this. One of my friends, matter of fact, my next door neighbor brought me over a 6-pack of various beers. I think he goes to Trader Joe's and he fills up a 6-pack full of different beers. And this one here is called Bell Ringer. It is a double pale ale made by a craft brewery out in Spartanburg, South Carolina. Don't think I've ever had a South Carolina beer, so let's crack this and see what we got. I like pale ales. I like double ales, whether they're IPAs or imperial or whatever. So I'm thinking I'm going to like this. Wow, this has an interesting color already. It's not clear. It's kind of hazy. It smells good too. Yeah, I'm going to like this. Look at that, man. That's a pretty beer. None of this clarity crap. Can't see through it. Nice and hazy. Beautiful kind of bronze color. It smells really, really, really freaking good. Man! Bell Ringer is a freaking keeper. Hey, if you guys can get this, let me hold this up here. You guys can find this. This is a damn good beer. That is a damn good beer. Holy crap, that's good. Haven't had a good beer like this in a while. Man, look at the lacing on that. This thing has got some alcohol. It's 8%, by the way. So, some sad news. I had to send a note today to Everdy Home Brewing. He's sponsoring the Brett competition, or the Brett experiment, homebrew experiment, and I intended to do it, and I've been overcome by events. I just got so much stuff going on. We got a vacation coming up the last week of July. We got family coming in next week. I've got 2 brews right now that are fermenting that I'm trying to get ready for this visit, and then I start a new job come 1 August. So I'm just I don't want to try to rush and throw something together and screw it up. So I'll get a rain check on this one, and which sucks because I think I tasted one Brett, like an IPA or a pale ale or something, and it was amazing. It was really, really good. I don't like lambics. I don't like sours. I don't like all that kind of stuff. I just don't. But this Brett, maybe it was a Brett lager or something I had, and it was really good. That kind of funky taste mixed in with a lager was really good. So I was hoping it would be something like that. But I look forward to seeing y'all's videos. Unfortunately, I won't be able to participate. However, that said, I did do these 2 brews right here that are fermenting right now. I've got the Shark Bite IPA, which had an original gravity of 1072, and I tested it the other day after 6 days of fermentation. It had pretty much done, and it was at 8.2%. It got down to 1007. So pretty good fermentation in that. And the fermentation temperature was a little high, so it might have some off flavors. I don't know. We'll find out. I don't think we're going to care. We're going to be out there in the, apparently where we're going in the Outer Banks, there's not a whole lot around us. We're going to a park called Corolla. I don't know how it's pronounced, but it's up on the end of the bank, so there's not a whole lot around there. So as long as it's got alcohol in it, I'm sure that my uncle and my German cousin Patrick will be happy. So anyway, so we have that one. I called it Shark Bite IPA just so I could scare everybody. And why did I call it Bite? I used Mochuica hops. I think that's how you pronounce it. Someone, and appreciate whoever that was in my last video that put a comment of how to pronounce the hops. I think it might have been Mr. Pierce. Anyway, Mochuica, I think it is. Put those hops in there. Never used them before. I didn't intend to use them. I intended to use Galaxy for the flavoring and aroma. But then when I got to the homebrew supply store, I started reading the Mochuica bag, and I was like, wow, this looks interesting. So it was kind of what I was going for. Anyway, I used the base grain bill from the hop experiment we did with Puka, and I just changed up the hop schedule completely and threw a bunch of crazy hops in there. So we'll see how that comes out. I liked all the IPAs, so I figured you couldn't go wrong with the base grain bill. And then the second one, and that one right now is dry hop, and I might show you a picture of that in a minute. The second one is a Saison. I should call it Country Time or Lemon Time or something like that. I put lemon thyme in it at the last 10 minutes of the boil. Yeah, I just threw together a Saison recipe, out of my ass, and anyway, the original gravity on that one, I was shooting for 1069. It was 1070, and that one went into the fermenter on the 8th of July. So it's been in there 4 or 5 days. So I think it's it doesn't have any visible signs of fermentation anymore. I think it's because it's so warm. And that one, I let it ferment a lot warmer because I wanted to get the real fruity kind of ester profile for the Saison. I thought that would be interesting. And I think that lemon thyme is going to work out pretty well. So pretty excited about these beers. I'm going to finish dry hopping the IPA here in about 3 or 4 more days, and then I'll throw that over in to start cold crashing. I will I don't think I'm going to cold crash the Saison. I'm just going to keg it when it's done, and should have enough time to get them ready. We're heading out like I said, the beginning of the last week of July, to head out to the Outer Banks, so I think I should be able to have those bottled in time. The question is now, do I want to do labels? Get some, because it'd be kind of cool to have some, labels on the bottles. Because, I don't know. When I get labels, it makes, I don't know if it affects my mind. Like it makes you think that you're tasting a better beer than it really is, maybe. So I think it'd be kind of fun going out to the beach to have some cool Shark Bite labels and a Saison label. So we'll see. Anyway. So that's the brewing, and I'm actually, I'm doing a reboot on the SJPorr challenge. I did a pale ale recipe. Didn't really like the way it came out. Man, did I mention this is a good pale ale? Wow, love that beer. Wasn't really happy the way it came out, so dumped it. It was pretty bitter. Maybe I'll try to tweak the. I was messing around with the recipe today, trying to tweak it a little bit, or maybe I'll if I like the Saison, maybe I'll go with this. I actually like Saisons. The only thing is, it's by the time we get these things tasting, it's well into the winter because it's such a long, drawn out time period going through the hubs and then the international and all that. So I don't know. I want to give the beer the best chance of success, and I don't know how well a Saison would be received. I don't know. Maybe that's the right beer to do. I thought I was kind of excited about doing a session beer, but I'm finding that now I'm not really enjoying doing a session beer because you just can't pack that much flavor into it. I've tasted the commercial varieties of session pales, and none of them just have that much of a punch. And I saw the newsflash or the news report that SJ got sponsorship by Beercraft, and they're going to be doing these prepackaged for the winners, and then I guess the winner gets prepackaged beer kits that they sell with your recipe, and then the winner gets to go to HomebrewCon 2017. The only thing though is, seeing that it's a session recipe, and I don't know, I'm curious what your thoughts are. Seeing it's a session recipe, there's not going to be a whole lot of flavor in it. will it be well received? So I don't know. I mean, last year we had some pretty damn good beers in the Eastern Hub. I didn't taste the other hubs, but the Eastern Hub, actually I did taste, no I didn't. I didn't taste any of the other hubs, but we had some pretty freaking good beers in the Eastern Hub, and any one of those beers, you know, could have been great as a packaged beer, with the exception of one maybe, and you know, and only because it was kind of not a, I want to say a strange beer. It was an interesting recipe, and it would be hard to mass produce that. You know who you are, but yeah, for a session beer, you know, everyone kind of saying, hey, this is the SJPorr challenge, all these session beers. I don't know. I kind of wish we would have went the other way. I kind of wish we would have went extremely high gravity beers. Now that would have been fun. Probably a lot of bottle bombs and everything else, but I mean that, you know, if you end up making a kit that you're going to mass produce out to homebrew supply stores, you know, that to me would have been more interesting than session recipes. I don't know. Maybe I'm completely out. Maybe there's going to be some freaking great session beers out there. I don't know. You know, I don't really like session beers myself because I like flavor. I like the alcohol in them. I like, you know, I like all the things that make beer good. And a session beer is, well, it's a session. So anyway, enough of the rambling on that. We'll see how it turns out. Anyway, congratulations. Cool to see those big sponsors. I wonder if Dogfish Head ever joined up. So enough of that. Any other news? Yeah, other than the fact that I got about 2 more weeks of freedom left before I have to start my new job. It's about 2 more weeks. Yeah, it's about mid-month, right? 1 August, I start my next job. I haven't decided whether I'm going to keep this or not. I gotta figure something out, because when I go to Outer Banks, I don't think there's going to be any barbershops out there. And then as soon as I get back from the Outer Banks, I start my first day of work. So unless I do like a hack job, and you know, maybe I could do a shave or something, but I don't know. We'll see. Okay, well that's all I have. I'm at about 12 minutes. I've been rambling about nothing really spectacular. Oh, let me show you the dry hop action I got going on here. I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but maybe. Let's see here. So this is kind of behind the curtain here at Dean's fermentation chamber. Like you know, as you can tell, there's no climate control. But there's my dry hop action going on. That's the Shark Bite IPA. It's in its second day of dry hopping. So I'll let that go for about 2 or 3 more days, and then we'll throw it in the refrigerator and cold crash, and hopefully we come up with something that is will have a respectable showing in the Outer Banks. So anyway, hey guys, have yourself a happy homebrew. Have a happy homebrew Wednesday, and see you next week. Cheers. So I am completely jacked up. I forgot to mention one important thing. I had a really cool beer mail over the past week from Under the Table Brewing. I had I get this email from Elder, and it says, you have a package, here's your tracking number. I'm like, wow. I mean, I heard, you know, Nate say they were going to, you know, put some homebrews together, but didn't know it was going to come out so soon. So that was pretty cool. So I said, all right. So I got the tracking number and everything. I said, well, it's only going to probably be here in another day or so. So I hadn't heard anything. So I took the tracking number, looked it up, and it said it was delivered to somebody named E. Rodriguez. E. Rodriguez. Who the hell is this E. Rodriguez guy that took my freaking UTTB beer mail? So anyway, I went and tracked down this E. Rodriguez, and comes to find out, it is the parcel shop where I send all of my beer mail from. All right, it's all U samples, right? In there, I bust in with an attitude like, you know, like it's nobody's business, and I say, hey, you got anybody here with the last name Rodriguez? And this guy's like, yeah. And I was like, well, he signed for my package. And they're like, oh, you're the guy. I said, yeah, I'm the guy. Oh, yeah, we got it over here. So anyway, I was very happy to get the package, open it up. I had 4 homebrews. Thanks Brad and Nate so much. I really appreciate it. You guys rock. Cheers. On my back stairs.